Hey, what's up guys? This is Ryan from 180 Sites, and in this video, I just wanted to show you guys how you can make Responsibid look even prettier on your website and really get the maximum benefit out of it, making it look as best as it possibly can. So, some of you guys like to use the smart form, some of you like to use the Lightbox, some of you like to use both of them. They have their pros and cons. I prefer to run everything to one page and utilize the smart form on that page. I'll give you a couple examples of that here. And then I also really like using for our customers, if they want a light box, that we build a custom button for that light box, and I'll show you guys how to do that too. And all of this is like already documented in Responsibid, but I just wanted to show you guys a quick video of how we do it, what it looks like, and maybe just give you guys some inspiration. So here on these first two sites, basically everything is going to run one consistent call to action all over the site, which is instant quote. So no matter which instant quote button you push, whether that be in the sticky header, the bottom here, or the top of the page, or all throughout the page, it's going to go to the contact page, and then you're going to have the smart form there. And what I recommend doing here with the smart form is just having one or two titles. Hey, get an instant quote. You could just stop right there, just put one title, get an instant quote. If you want a subtitle here, this is just a great one to use. The more accurate info you input, the more accurate your quote will be, but don't worry if it's not perfect. So just straight to the point. And this is just enough information. Even if you don't have a video, you could have no video on there, just those 2 lines of information. And then what you want to do is send them to a page where there's nothing else for them to do. There's no menu, there's no header, there's no footer, there's no distraction, nothing. They already said, I want to get an instant quote, so why are we sending them anywhere else other than a page that's solely locked down to only doing that, giving them an instant quote? Another issue that I see is people send people through the call to action to the contact page, but then there's this huge hero image on the contact page that just says like contact us or instant quote, and then you have to scroll beneath that to even get to the smart form. The smart form should be immediately on the page, and then you should remove the header, remove the footer, remove everything you possibly can. Just have the smart form. Here's another example, same exact thing, instant quote, same exact thing. We just have a little bit of a background image here. Instead of just a plain color, you can do a background image too, but same idea. That's all it's saying is get an instant quote. There's nothing else to do. They have to click back if they want to do anything else. So no distractions. This is going to make the process a lot easier and more intuitive. Just show them exactly what you want them to do and what they want to do. They want to get a quote. So that is what I recommend. Use one primary call to action to go to your contact page. Use that call to action 100 times on your website. Send them all to your contact page and just put the smart form on the contact page and rip everything off that you possibly can. Just consolidate it down to just the smart form and no distractions. If you are going to use a light box, if that's what you prefer, you can make your light box prettier through Responsibid's custom button script that they give you. So here's an example on their city pages of this client of ours. We have the light box. So we click instant quote and then we get the light box. And so it's just not the default button that Responsibid has. You can make the button look any way that you want, and so this way you can do anything you want and it can match your branding exactly. So whatever button you build, you can just make that fire the light box. So I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So if we jump into Responsibid, you got your smart form installation, you got your light box installation. Under light box, you're going to do custom button install. And then this is the only script we're going to copy. We're going to insert that into the header or footer. It functions just fine if you put it in the footer, and then that way you save a little bit of time. Any scripts that you put in your header are going to slow down your website. So I prefer putting this in the footer but that's just me. And then you don't need to worry about this, because this is how you get Responsibid's default button that they provide for you, but we're going to build our own button. So all we got to do is grab this and stick that into our footer of our theme on our website. This is all considering that you have a WordPress website as well. So we'll go jump into our WordPress site and we'll edit the button just so you guys can see what do you do after you've installed this script. How do you make the button fire the lightbox? Okay, so now I'm in the editor. This site here that we have for an example was built in Elementor, so I'm going to use the Elementor page builder. I'm going to click on that button element, and then this is what you're going to do. Whatever the link is for however you set that, so the URL that button is going to, the path that it's going to go to when it's clicked, you want to set that to just a space. And so it shouldn't be blank. You're going to put one space there, and then you're going to allocate a CSS class. If we go over here, CSS classes, and that's what we're going to do here, Responsibid-lightbox-button, and we're going to paste that into the CSS class. And so now our site has the script to fire the lightbox, and we're telling it, hey, whenever this button is clicked, or any button on the website that has this CSS class in it, go ahead and fire the lightbox. And so that's a great way, so that way you guys can style your buttons any which way you want, make them as big as you want, make them as small as you want, any colors you want, any animations that you want. You can really make your buttons a lot prettier. So if you're only using the smart form, you don't have to worry about this. Style your buttons however you wish in your website and just shoot it to the contact page. Again, best way to do it, strip everything off that page and just make it locked down on the smart form, so that way there's no distraction and you get better conversions. Also, you know, a lot of your guys's forms are already kind of on the long side, so if we're gonna have a page full of stuff and then a form full of stuff, it's just there's no margin in the experience of, you know, breathability or anything like that, and it's kind of overwhelming. So especially if your form tends to be on the longer side, you ask more detailed questions. I think this is even more pertinent to do, so that way it doesn't feel so overbearing. So this is a great way to make it feel a little bit easier and also lock down the attention for the person that's visiting your site, get more forms filled out, get more leads, grow your business, and get more out of Responsibid. So this is just a great way to make your stuff look a little prettier if you're using Responsibid. Thanks guys. If you have any questions, let me know.